From Tobacco Republic in Loomis, California, the Loom Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Welcome back to another show. Scott Robinson with you here for another episode of Beyond the Humidor. Hope everyone had a lovely, lovely Christmas holiday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, what have you. Did I leave anything out?
New Year.
Probably.
New Year, not yet. Well, actually, when this comes out, New Year would have passed, so you're absolutely right.
Tet.
What is Tet?
I don't know. Toyota-thon,
Solstice.
Honda Days,
This is a Honda Days household. Thank you very much.
Mercedes-Benz year-end clearance event.
Oh, there you go.
Tesla purchase opportunity.
Merry Chrysler.
God bless us, one and all.
Oh, I love it. All right, let's just go around the room, see how everybody's doing. Gorilla in the gorilla enclosure. How are you doing, my friend?
Gorilla's all right. Gorilla's had cold/flu/ post-Christmas hanging out with children's sickness. So, it's been all right.
Yeah. All right. Getting into the gorilla enclosure? I thought you had separation.
No, I went over and did Christmas at the parents' house and gave out gifts and helped set up train sets and
He played with a petri dish.
yeah.
Yes, he did.
We all did. The entire family, save for my mother, because she doesn't catch anything apparently, is in various stages of illness. So
Okay.
we're good.
Licking
I'm coming out of it.
doorknobs.
Something like that.
That's good. Drink more alcohol. That'll kill anything. Lawrence, you didn't say damn you, daddy.
Damn you, daddy.
How you doing, man?
Just living the dream, man.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Good Christmas?
Yeah, it was all right, man. This is the first year that I haven't closed the shop between Christmas and New Year's, so that's a little bit of an adjustment, but we had shit to do, so that's a good thing, Can't complain about being
Drum
busy.
and a half.
Yeah, I can't complain about being busy at all. So, yeah, I'm going to try to do, a shorter day tomorrow. We'll see. But
I do have to say something, but I'm going to introduce Greg. I don't want to overlook you, my friend. How you doing?
Oh no, I'm fine. It's been a hectic week and a half for me with busiest weeks of the year, and get to finally sit down, relax, smoke this fine cigar that we have. But we'll get to that in a minute, and hang out with you guys, and the other voice that y'all hear is our guest, and that's cool too.
Well, introduce him, damn it. You brought it up. Go ahead.
Live from the Mormon state of Utah, it is the original apostate himself, the owner and partner of Apostate Cigars. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brandon Overson.
Woo!
Hello.
Yay.
Or as we lovingly
Greetings
refer
and
to him here,
salutations.
Brian.
Yeah,
I won't live that
downplay
shit
it.
down, will I?
Thought we'd forgot about that, did you?
I actually thought you did. And see,
I'm
once
never going to forget about that.
once again, for my viewers and listeners, look at these fools. They already lit their cigars and they just smoking away selfishly. But me, I want you to get the initial first blush of what I am about to smoke, which I once at a point mistaken it that it was named after me. And it's from Apostate called the Endowment.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. I laughed so hard my camera fell down.
You hear that, boys and girls, ladies and gents? That's fire onto the Endowment. I do that for you. I do that for my fans.
I got news for you. Burning weenies is never a good idea.
wow.
Not never.
Easy. So, man, it's been a minute since we've talked. How you been?
Busy. Good. But yeah, busy. Just like you said, you can't complain about being busy, right? So, 2024 was a whirlwind. It went by in a flash, man. I was everywhere, doing lots of things. We got accounts opening left and right. We did another Dominican trip. We've got some stuff to show y'all at PCA. It's been good. Things are good.
How many states are you guys set up in now to retail?
At last count, I think we were at 23 states.
All
That's
right.
freaking amazing, dude.
Yeah, getting there.
Yeah,
Fun. I've been to places that I've never been before this year, so that was cool.
Sweet.
Just got back up. Oh my god. Sorry, guys.
Dude.
I don't know why the fuck.
You should have gotten a fucking life alert for Christmas.
I don't know why my shit is just fucking falling down, dude.
Well, better that than your pants, homeboy.
Some would debate. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I went to New Orleans last month. That was cool. First time in New Orleans. So now I know what we're getting into when we go back for PCA in April. But New Orleans is a cool town.
That's
Can't wait to
awesome.
go back. So yeah, I saw a lot of places for the first time this year. That was rad.
Very nice.
I know your last trip, if I remember right, was Texas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was in Texas the week before Christmas. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm assuming you're done till we get past the new year and all that jazz.
Yeah, I have nothing on the books right now. I just actually opened the books today. So if anybody watching this, retailers or otherwise, wants to book an event for 2025, hit me up because it's wide open right now.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. So, Brandon, the big thing, aside from maybe we get a little preview note on 2025 PCA, but dude, 7 and 8 finally hit the market, and I must say,
Yeah, man.
y'all are killing it.
Thank you.
So I don't know about the other two. Larry and I have the Maroney's trumpet, and Scott and Gorilla are doing the endowment. So we got the board covered tonight.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And
Hell yeah.
just initial light and smoke of this. Oh, very nice. It smokes
Yeah,
like an
it's,
apostate, tastes like an apostate. I am not disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, it does. They both, I feel like, stay within kind of our vibe, right, as far as flavor profiles go. But I think they do. You notice a more premium price on those. It's more premium ingredients, and I think it's a more premium smoke. So it is apostate, but it's apostate with a top hat on, right? So
I'm having a problem though, man. I can't decide which one I like better.
Nor can I. I really can't.
They're
yeah,
both outstanding sticks, and
I'm in the same boat.
just when I think I'm like, okay, I'm leaning this way, then I'll smoke the other one. Like, God, no, I'm back over here, and it's just
Yeah, man. I find myself on little kicks where I'll smoke the trumpet for 2 or 3 days, and then I'll switch over and it's the endowment for 2 or 3 days. I rarely have both in the same day. I like to keep the experiences separate. And that's not true for the other 6 in the line. The other 6 I can, interchange throughout the day or whatever and be just fine. But these last 2, I feel like they're almost an event. When I always save them for the end of the day. I had a trumpet as my first cigar of the day. When was that? When did I see Kendrick last? Like Thursday or something, day after Christmas. And I had a trumpet for the first cigar of the day that day, and it just felt wrong. Like it just felt like I felt like I was gonna upset somebody. So I like to save it for the end of the day, smoke it last, enjoy it, relax.
if you start out with a trumpet, then you got to go trumpets all day, man.
Right? What else would you smoke after that? Yeah.
Well, you brought me to another problem. I don't know which ones to smoke out of your catalog, man. I sit there and stand in front of the display. I'm going to, go with an initiator today or a feathered serpent. Man, I have the hardest time. It's just all of them are so good.
Yeah. Thank you, man. That means a lot. I like having that kind of indecision, you know what I mean? The good thing is no matter what you pick, you're probably going to be just fine. Somebody posted that on social media the other day. One of our retailers had like 3 of them on the table and was like, which one would you pick? And everyone's like, dude, just pick them. They're all good. Pick one up and go.
Oh, that was Zach out of V-Cut.
Zach. Yeah, V-Cut. That's what it was. Yeah. He had the 3 on the ashtray.
Yeah. And the hard part for me is I have a soft spot for the Deseret. That is my go-to cigar, period. When I don't know what I want to smoke and I'm just not sure, I tend to gravitate toward that Deseret because it's just satisfying. The hard part being is then my favorite my new favorite out of your line has come to be that endowment, because you have made a Connecticut that smokes like a solid medium, and it just has a great flavor profile, and it just works.
Yeah, the strength on the endowment can actually sneak up on you. You're smoking a Connecticut, but if you forget that part and you just smoke it, that thing, I've had it creep up on me a couple of times where I'm like, oh, I'm kind of feeling this, you know? So yeah, it's definitely a little more potent than most Connecticut's. That with that Desflorado wrapper on there too, it's definitely more complex. There's a lot going on with that cigar. You've got, Desflorado wrapper, Connecticut broadleaf binder, PA broadleaf in the filler, San Andreas in the filler, DR in the filler. Like when you put that shit on paper, it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But then you smoke it, and it's very cohesive. It's very well mingled. I think it's blended really well. I don't think anything in there is competing for attention. Super balanced.
How did you come up with this? This is what's blowing my mind right now. How did you come up with this?
I think it would be really cool to do some factory tours and have, as part of the factory tour, a little mini blending seminar right there in the factory where we are actually working, so that you guys can kind of see our process.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's not fancy. It's not some super secret like genius move. We're literally just smoking tobacco until it tastes right. We have a lineup of fillers that we're interested in trying to achieve a certain flavor profile. You get the tobacco that matches the flavors you're hoping for, and you just smoke through them until it's right. And maybe the same Corojo leaf, from the Canela farm or the Jacagua farm, just that one leaf can make all the difference in how that blend comes together. And that's what we're looking for, is that difference, right? So we'll have 2 test blends, and just going back and forth on the test blends until we decide, which note is more what we were going for. And it can take a while. I mean, it's a long day of smoking. You're smoking each individual leaf, and then you're smoking test blend after test blend after you've made your tweaks. So it's a lot. But for us, that's all it is. We smoke until the profile is exactly where we want it to be. We're paying attention to how it tastes on the palate and how it tastes on the retrohale. The retrohale is a big part of our blending process. So when you retrohale an Apostate, you know that shit's on purpose. Like, that wasn't just a happy accident byproduct. That's part of the experience for us. So we're retrohaling each filler leaf, retrohaling the binder, retrohaling the test blends. After about 3 hours, we're like, we got to go get lunch and not smoke for like 2 hours. I need a Coke, I need some Skittles. I need to chill, because it's a lot.
I hear that.
And that's it. That's all. We just taste stuff, man, until it tastes right.
Oh man, yeah. Hey, you guys got it. Because how many do you have in your lineup as of now?
8.
8. Man, I just want to get all 8 of them, put them in my humidor, and just get like an 8-sided die. When I feel like an Apostate, just roll the die.
I love it. That's a great idea. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Spin the dial.
Oh no, I got an 8-sided dice somewhere. I used to play D&D.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a D&D nerd, huh?
Yep, exactly. Wow! Don't you shake your fucking head at me.
I didn't say a word.
I was looking at him.
Oh,
I was looking at Cornelius over here.
You guys have seen our travel ashtrays that we've been giving away at events, right?
I have one.
Yeah. So look at that ashtray and tell me that we're not D&D nerds.
Well, here's the biggest.
I haven't seen it.
I can show. Let me get the picture. Hold on a minute. Here's the biggest problem I have with it, with Brandon. I love the idea that you did that. The problem is it's too fucking pretty. I don't want to use it for an ashtray.
It wipes right off, man. I promise.
Okay, I'm going to trust you on that one.
Try it, dude. I'm telling you, man. Because you're not the first one to give me that feedback. Everyone's like, well, I don't want to burn it. I don't want to mess it up. I'm like, dude, seriously? And I've tapped my ash right on their ashtray, and then wipe it off in front of them. It's fine. It looks great. Like with the leather square in the middle is not flammable,
Nice.
will not burn. We even took a torch to that leather part, and all it did was kind of peel away the gold dye a little bit, but it didn't burn the leather at all. So
That's
it's
cool.
pretty,
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
a pretty
resilient.
that's a pretty trick looking ashtray, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's cool.
Yeah, they're
That's
cool, man.
wild.
Then you just unsnap the corners, wipe it off, throw it right back in your bag, and you're on your way.
Oh, damn. I need to get my mitts on one of those.
I was fortunate. The event was that was October at VCut. I don't remember what the event was aside. It was you and Kendrick and Matt Sass, which was a complete blast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was their Main Street party where they shut down the road in front of the shop, and they had the radio there. They had that was a fun night.
it was a great time. And the food was that crepe truck was amazing.
That food truck, yeah, dude, that was insane.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
But I mean that night was a blast because we talked about it on the show when we got back, but pulling a 10 centimeter long ash contest out of a Moroni's trumpet was absolutely amazing.
No, that was a feathered serpent.
Was it a feathered serpent?
Oh yeah, so the winner was a Moroni's trumpet.
Right.
Second place was a fucking feathered serpent at 9 centimeters.
Yeah, that was Nick.
That's a 46 ring gauge cigar with no ligero in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how that ash didn't fall off after a half an inch. I'm still baffled that happened.
Wow.
Good for him.
I would say, similar to Greg, I think my go-to in your guys' line is still the Sword of Laban. I really like the Sword of Laban. But kind of the same as Greg, I'd say my favorite cigar of yours is the Sword of Laban, but the best cigar in the line is the Endowment. I really enjoy it.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I would actually, I think I would agree. As far as my tastes go, the Endowment is my favorite blend that we have blended, just because it's so unique and so flavorful and so different. But also, the Sword of Laban is my go-to. That's the one I smoke the most. But that doesn't make it my favorite. Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, I have the hardest time, but I got to tell you, and you guys are sleeping on it, the Deseret.
Desserat's my go-to every day, every time. And it was funny too because
Go ahead.
no, it was funny too because when I made my purchases, I got my goodie bag from the boys and Kendrick goes, "Well, what do you want?" I'm like, "Well, give me an assortment." And Brandon looks at Kendrick, goes, "Give him more Desserats than anything else because those are his favorite." I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much."
Try to take care of you, man. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you guys are always
you
cool.
came all the way to Idaho, dude. I was like, give him Deseret, please.
Yeah, I come to hang out with you guys anytime. I don't care which shop we're going to.
Love it.
But
Yeah, Deseret is still our #1 seller nationally.
Yep.
So.
I'm still smoking more feathered serpents than anything else, man.
I smoke that a lot too.
That stick is phenomenal.
It's so strange to have a Candela in your regular rotation. I've never heard of a Candela in anyone's regular rotation, and the fact that that's happening for multiple people is really cool. I've talked to a lot of people who are like, I smoke at least one a day. So
Yeah, I've got there's a pizza place up in Auburn that we hit every once in a while, and Scott and his wife and my wife and I will go up there. We were up there right before Christmas.
That's right.
And the owner is a cigar guy, and I gave him one of those, and he looked at it. He's like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Dude, smoke it." I go, "You got to trust me on this.
It'll change your life.
We were in there about 4 days later, and he's like, "Hey, man," because I took the band off of it. I'm like, "Smoke this."
Okay.
And he comes back and he goes, "The hell was that?" I'm all, "You remember those? Remember those cigars the guys out of Utah is telling you about?" Yeah. I'm all, "That is their Candela." He goes, "That's amazing." I'm like, "Told you."
I love it.
Excuse me.
I love it.
So yeah, I've dialed probably 5 or 6 people in on that, you know, that they didn't think, they're like, I've seen those. You know, that's a novelty stick. I'm not into that, something like that. I'm like, yeah, if you're going to try one, you need to try this. And
That's the one you should try.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, it's one of those.
The one you're skeptical about is the one you should fucking smoke.
And I've told people, hey, if you do not like this Candela, don't ever pick up another Candela anywhere ever again, because it ain't getting any better than this.
No. And if I remember right, Brandon, that's a Corojo Candela?
So it's not, it's a Dominican grown Corojo. So as far as I know, that is the only Dominican Corojo seed Candela wrapper on the market. And I think nobody's done that before either. And that's, to me, that's why the wrapper is itself is so different. It's less grassy. It doesn't have that alfalfa note. It's a little more on the Corojo side where you taste the sweetness and the earthiness. But then you've got the San Andres binder underneath it. And then you've got 3 Dominican fillers, none of which are a ligero. There's no ligero in there to overpower anything. It's balanced. It's smooth. Everything. That's the problem with Candela. Is right now, and whatever it was in the past, okay. But right now, the companies selling Candela, for the most part, have not blended for it to be a Candela on purpose. There are obviously exceptions to that, but by and large, they're just throwing a Candela wrapper on a blend, right? So it's if you're gonna do it, you know, be a little more, be more mindful, more deliberate.
Well, for sure, man. That thing is so freaking good.
And you mentioned, you know, there are other retailers. Or other manufacturers. There's only 2, you being one of them, that I can think of that blend a Candela for Candela's sake. Everybody else, you're absolutely right. It's a different flavor, because I don't like the alfalfa green tea notes that I get from a Candela traditionally, and the Feathered Serpent doesn't have it. The other manufacturer, of course, is Illusion. His Candelas are spectacular.
Yeah, man, fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, Saka hates Candela, right? He calls it the green beer of the cigar world. But he just released his GFY Lancero sampler, and there was a Candela in there. And when I heard what was in that Candela, there's a lot of ingredients in there, a lot like the Feathered Serpent. Now, his is obviously more Nicaragua heavy, and he's Saka. He's been doing this a lot longer than we have. But I had a few people, including Kevin Shahan of the I'd Tap That podcast, who has said that ours is the best Candela in the world. Ever. he likened that Saka Lancero Candela to ours as well, so I'd be interested in trying that one too. I love a good Candela. I don't care who makes it, whether it's mine or somebody else's. If it's a good Candela, I will seek it out. Absolutely.
Now you've got me interested, because I have that box set in my humidor. I've just been waiting for an occasion to start smoking those.
So you have one?
I have one, yes.
Dude, you got to let me know how that Lancero Candela goes for you.
I can do that.
I think it's a San Andres binder.
It might be. I don't know.
It is.
He's kind of secretive about what those blends are. I don't think he's told anybody yet.
I know.
I am getting.
And that's fine too. Yeah.
I am getting fantastic ash off of this.
Yeah, no kidding. 2 inches of ash so far.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That broadleaf binder, that Connecticut broadleaf binder, is going to hold that ash for a while.
Yeah, I pull that just about every time. I can carry ash all the way to the label.
So my sound levels are going to change. I got to turn my fan on for a minute, boys. I can't see in here.
Copy.
Oh, we thought the camera was just getting shitty.
Yeah, exactly. I got to clear it out.
So, Brandon, I know we talked about the blend for the endowment. Tell us about the blend for the Moroni's Trumpet.
So the Moroni's Trumpet, you'll notice if you put it up side by side with the Deseret, they're obviously both Maduro, right? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. But the Trumpet, I'm smoking that right now. The wrapper is much darker. So it's a San Andres wrapper, just like the Deseret, but it's what they call a San Andres Oscuro. It's darker. It was fermented longer. So it's a little more complex, the wrapper itself. The binder, we used a Dominican Olor binder, which is a native Dominican seed. And then in the filler, you've got Connecticut broadleaf and Dominican, and it's pretty well balanced between the two. But that broadleaf in there, I think, is what gives it a little bit of the earthy kick that you get out of it. But then you've got the San Andres giving it the sweetness, the Dominican Olor binder giving it some floral notes. When you wrap all that together, it doesn't smoke like other Maduros for me. Like
No,
there are a
absolutely
couple.
not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's very distinct, right? It's very. I don't know if I have really tasted a Maduro like it, as far as flavor profile goes.
I would tend to agree with you. I mean, Larry is the resident Maduro smoker in the group.
This is probably the smoothest Maduro that I've had. It, it doesn't have a punch. It's not, you don't have to put the seatbelt on, like some of the Maduros that have been coming out in the last few years. It's, obviously you guys blended this for flavor, not for power.
Correct.
And
which is funny, man, because when we blended it, when we were in the blending room, smoking the test blend, and for a couple weeks after, we take test blends home with us to make sure that it's, settling properly and still tasting good down the road. After about 10 days after that trip, we smoked it, and the whole time when we were blending it, we were like, damn, dude, this is our most potent blend for sure. This is strong. Like it was kicking our asses when we blended that thing. And now, when you smoke it now, these were rolled, in April, before they were ready to ship out. So from April to December, how much they've settled and how smooth they've become is insane. It's so much less potent than when we blended it, but that's not a bad thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, strength-wise, we knew it was still going to hold up. It's going to be a medium plus, but it is much more mellow than when we first blended it, and I couldn't be happier. Like, it's because we do blend for flavor, not strength.
It's so much more complex than what you would expect when you see it says Maduro. I think this is a. I know you said that you use this as your end of the day cigar a lot. This is a dark coffee morning cigar for me, 100%.
Hell yeah.
The only problem I have with it is, what am I following this up with?
Right.
I almost have to go, super light, on the Connecticut side, just to change the pace.
Yeah. You almost have to do a hard reset after that.
Yeah,
I agree.
completely 180 on the direction, but this thing's perfect. First thing in the morning, cup of coffee cigar, man. Just amazing cigar.
James Brown gave me that advice one time. James Brown from Black Label Trading. He came to Salt Lake to do an event with us at Beehive Cigars, and he walked through the doors smoking, I don't remember I think it was a Bishop's blend or a morphine or something. And this was like 10 in the morning. I was like, bro, how the fuck are you smoking a morphine at 10 in the morning? And he's like, try it. Like, do it. Next time you have a fresh palate, start your day with something dark and heavy. And instead of starting the day light and smoking darker, start your day dark and smoke lighter and see what it does for your palate. And I'll tell you, it was a cool thing to do for science.
Yeah.
You should try it.
I do a lot, like Greg said. I'm probably smoke more Maduros than the other three guys combined.
Yeah,
and I love starting out with a Maduro in the morning and going downhill. As far as dark to light. But I got no problem with doing 4 Maduros all day too. So
right. Yeah.
So it's just, it just kind of depends on, where you're navigating, what you're headed towards. But again, man, just a phenomenal job on both of these last 2 sticks. It just, you guys are just hitting it out of the park.
they're killing it. Look at this ash, man.
Thanks, man.
Look at this
Yeah, dude.
ash.
That's a nice ash.
I love it.
That's pretty.
That's a nice ash you got there, buddy. Yeah, it's interesting. When we started this, it was kind of one of those, like, what if, like, let's see what happens, right? And I don't know if we were approaching it with the mindset that it wasn't going to go anywhere. I don't want to say that's true, but we were approaching it very casually, right? And so we had a 5-year plan to release 8 cigars the way we've been doing it. And that 5-year plan turned into a 2.5-year plan because it just exploded. We made a really good product, and the demand far exceeded our plans. So here we are we just celebrated our 3rd anniversary this month. And we're already done with all 8 blends with more shit coming. So it's kind of cool.
So can you tell us how many you got in the hopper for 25, or is that still kind of under wraps?
No, it's not under wraps at all. So one thing, a couple of things you'll be seeing from us at PCA. You will not necessarily be seeing, I take it back, you will. You'll be seeing a couple of new blends, but they're not part of the core line, right? So the core line of 8 cigars is done. It's complete, it's finished. Core line is core line, and that's where we're at. Moving forward, what you'll see from us creatively is going to be things like maybe a unique size, or maybe a limited release of a yearly special edition, a run of 10,000 cigars for 2025 that is only released that year and only in that quantity, and it's not part of core, right? Some LE shit. But for sure, for PCA, we're going to be releasing some cigarillos. So we made some Brazilian wrap machine rolled mini cigarillos.
Can't wait.
They're fantastic. I've been handing them out here and there at events since we've got our hands on them in October, and the feedback is overwhelmingly positive because the flavor profile on these mini cigarillos, it's a 15-minute smoke, but it tastes like a full cigar. Like when you retrohale one of these cigarillos, if you didn't know what you were smoking, you're not missing out at all. There's no sacrifice here except time, right? So those are going to be in a pack of 20. So you'll see those at PCA, MSRP around $26. You'll see we're doing an 8-pack sampler of all 8 blends in a Corona size. So it's going to be 4.5 by 44, all 8 blends in the same format. And I'll tell you what, we brought a bunch of those home with us from the DR, and they are smoking fantastic. I can't wait for you guys to try those.
Oh, that sounds so friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, some of those blends, like the Initiatory in particular, I have size regret about our original release. Like the Initiatory, to me now, after smoking the Corona, I'm like, man, we should have released this as core. Like this should have been the size we picked to begin with. It's so good. So it changes the flavor profile of them a little bit, but you still can tell you're smoking that blend, right? The flavor profile remains true. It's just certain notes are a little more amplified. So that'll be cool. You'll see that sampler. And then we are also doing, because you guys have seen us doing events left and right. We're no longer going to be giving away core product as freebies at these events. We're going to be doing an event-only cigar. So it's going to be actually probably, for 2025, we've picked our blend. We're going to do 3 different sizes, and those will be given away as the freebies. And you can only get them at events. You can't buy them at a retailer, anything like that. So those 3 items for sure will be on the table at PCA.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's fantastic.
The sampler pack in particular is cool to me because the last couple people I've introduced them to cigar smoking, I typically gravitate toward your guys' line because there is such a breadth of different flavor profiles. Yeah. But being
it's a
able
broad
to
spectrum, yeah.
But again, some of the newer cigar smokers, they see a torpedo shaped cigar, they see a big ring gauge or a tiny Lancero, and they're like, whoa. That's not what I normally see in the movies or cartoons. That's different and scary. But being able to offer a Deseret or the Endowment or the Trumpet or the Sword of Laban in the same size and say just try it, that would be cool. And to try each one,
it's gonna be cool.
Would be cool. I'm gonna buy too many
and that's
of those.
The other thing is. For the first little bit, it'll just be the samplers. We're going to do, I don't know, 10, 15,000 samplers, something like that. and you can only get the Coronas if you buy the sampler. You have to buy all 8. Right?
Oh,
But once we're through those, then we're probably looking at selling them individually.
Oh no, I have to buy all 8.
Oh, darn.
Dang.
Yeah, you poor bastards,
Shoot.
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Take my money now.
right.
We got to we need to put a credit card on file at Beehive.
We'll put yours up, Greg.
Okay.
The gorilla shipping services will make a stop at Beehive in June if needed. So
Well, you
go.
should stop at
There you
Beehive
go.
anyway, because if Brandon and Kendrick are there, you can hang out with them.
that's the plan.
Yeah. You just got to let Brandon
Yeah,
know
yeah,
like a
let me
month
know.
ahead of time.
Like at this point, like 6 weeks ahead of time. Let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I got that information secondhand, but it was just like, he's releasing what? and then this jackass,
Tommy.
then this jackass sends me a text message. He goes, "Hey, you know, first cigar to book my appointment, first podcast that books my appointment's the one that gets this information." I'm like, "Here's the date. Is it good? Okay, good. You're booked. Here we go."
Gotcha, bitch.
I was not sleeping on that one by any means.
Good man, Greg.
His response was, "How's December 30th?"
Yep, it was. Well, and the nice thing too is it's also a good week for you because you're pretty much quiet now. You know, you're not running all over the country and all that.
No, it's funny in the cigar industry how there's like a forced vacation between Christmas and New Year's. It's all the factories, the warehouses, all the reps are on vacation. Well, you know, not all the reps, but you know, by and large, the industry takes a little break between Christmas and New Year's. So it's nice, man. I get some quality time with the family. I'm sick of my kids, but at the same time, I miss them. You know, so it's nice to chill out and not worry about where I'm flying to next, you know?
Well, you know, we all talked about that. You know, how was your Christmas, man?
My Christmas was awesome. It was mellow. We didn't do shit, and that's exactly how I wanted it. My youngest is old enough now that he's not waking up at 6 a.m. anymore. So it's we all slept in a little, you know, had some coffee, open presents together, and that you know, is simple now because my teenagers only want expensive shit, so they're all opening like one gift. Doesn't take all day, you know.
It's like, hey, here you go.
It was here you go. Here's the one thing you asked for, and then you know, we just fucking eat food and hang out all day. There's a movie on, and someone's building a Lego set, and you know, I'm drinking and smoking, and it was awesome. It was a very good Christmas.
Brennan, how many kids you have?
I have 5 children in this house.
Yikes. Wow.
I know. I think they're all mine.
Okay.
You have a set of twins, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
right
do
on.
indeed. Yeah, my oldest, my oldest is my daughter. She is 18. My twin boys are 17. And then we have a 15-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy. So
All right.
good spectrum.
At this point, does it look like anybody's gravitating towards the cigar industry?
Yeah, the three teenage boys are all about it. I don't know if they'll be interested enough to follow my footsteps and be in the business. One of them I think might, but they are very curious about tobacco. They're very interested when we're blending something new. They're always asking me, you know, how the trips went and what's exciting, and there's definite interest there. My daughter could not care less. She just doesn't give a shit. The 10-year-old, you know, he's 10, so to him it's, you know,
It's just a job
nothing.
Dad does, yeah.
It's just a thing that makes Dad travel. But the 3 teenage boys, you know, I've let them have a puff here and there to taste it.
Now,
But,
have any of them been
they're all
down to the DR with you?
Not yet. What's nice now that the core line is done is when I make trips down there, hopefully they'll be less focused and intense, right? And they'll be a little more relaxed. and I'm hoping to take my kids soon. I'm thinking that 2025 is probably going to be a good year for that.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's the other side of that is cool because when I was a Mormon, that's where I went as a missionary. So I get to share that side of it with them too, and say hey, I used to live over there. That's the neighborhood where I used to knock on doors and have people laugh in my face. So there's a little bit of dad history to show everybody.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That dad lore.
Yeah, dad lore, dude.
Now, did your original mission time in the DR is that what kind of piqued your interest in cigars, or were you already kind of trolling that way to begin with?
I mean, trolling that way was always part of my nature. I was never a good Mormon, right? I was never good at it. I did it, right? Because it's the culture. It's where it's what you do when you live in Utah. It is what it is, right? So I was never like, yeah, about being a Mormon. So I think either way, tobacco had always been, you see the TV shows and, you watch Pinocchio when you're a kid and they're smoking cigars on Pleasure Island. And it's something that you're always curious about. When I was in the DR as a missionary, it was not even on my radar. I lived in a town called La Vega, and there happened to be, La Vega is about 40 minutes from Santiago. And there happened to be a tobacco field right near where I lived, and I never gave it a second thought. And I would see, the old guys down near the cathedral sitting on the sidewalk rolling cigars for themselves because they had a bag of tobacco from the factory down the way. And it was just a thing that they did that I didn't pay attention to. So cigars didn't really enter my radar. I got divorced from my first wife, left the church, spent 4 or 5 years doing my own thing, and then had a buddy who gave me a cigar. Right? And then that's when it locked in. When I had that cigar, I was like, oh yeah, Dominican Republic. That's their major export, and I lived there. And how did I not connect those dots? So going back down for cigars was really fucking cool after that. Having lived there and experienced the culture and knowing the language, it makes my job a lot easier.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, kind of a full circle moment,
Well, that's the thing, you have a similar experience in a different country. I mean, I've never been there, but you watch all the documentaries about Cuba, and that's the biggest thing you see. It's so prevalent in that population that it's like, okay, I see there's got to be something here.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It can't be denied. I mean, and that's the thing. People make the mistake of, you meet a Dominican and you think they know everything about cigars, and that's just not the case, right? Same with Cuba. Everyone thinks everyone in Cuba knows everything about cigars. It definitely permeates the culture, but not everybody you meet is an expert. But it's there. It's prevalent enough that you can't miss it. I mean, you can't miss it. Everyone's enjoying the cigar.
Yeah. Man, that's going to be fun. That'd be interesting.
I can't
when
get
you
over.
start doing the factory tours, I'll let you know.
Oh yeah, definitely let us
definitely.
know. I just can't get over how good this is. I mean, I tapped the ash down because I didn't want to be known as Hot Pockets too. I could just see it just falling on my lap or burning a sweater and my wife looking at me with disgust.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had to tap that
I
ash.
got plenty of sweaters with holes in them. Yeah, you got to tap it off.
Oh, yeah. But, man, you blew it out of the park again, brother. I mean, holy crap. I am loving this, man.
You two definitely
Thank you.
have the
Yeah, I
Midas
haven't-
touch.
I haven't had an opportunity to get a ton of feedback on the new blends yet, so it's really nice to hear that from you guys. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you already know we're predispositioned to like your stuff. I mean, I mean, if you go back to the way we met, Tommy sends up a sampler of the Initiatory, the Desserate, and the Liahona, and okay, we don't know who this is, we don't know who the blend is, we don't know the manufacturer. What the hell? We're going to smoke it for the show, and then off we go.
And we collectively just about shit ourselves. When we all
And then there's the next episode where it's me and Larry and Gorilla, because Scott's. I think you were picking up the Hickory Bronze October.
I was, yeah.
And Larry's got this lament to the Feathered Serpent. It was like, we got something here.
I love it. Well, I appreciate the love. I feel like we put a lot of intention and love into every blend that we do, because it's not just for you guys, right? It's like, definitely we want the consumer to enjoy the cigar one time, but we want you to enjoy it over and over and over again. And you can't do that if it's not a quality product. But I want to enjoy it too. I don't want to be making a product that I'm not going to be able to sit down and smoke back to back and just keep going. So I mean, selfishly, we're blending these for us a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It just happens that we've got all that retail experience and smoking thousands of cigars so that we can sell thousands of cigars. That plays into kind of having a palette that you can identify what's popular or what flavor profiles will be enjoyable while still being able to put your own signature on it. So I think coming from the retail background and blending something that we know we're going to love, that helps you love it. So thank you for the validation.
Well deserved.
And keep doing it, my friend. Keep doing it.
Yes.
Thank you.
What do you guys have planned
we're
for the Beehive as far as events in 2025?
I don't think Beehive has anything on their calendar yet. You can always guarantee a La Galera event, an Apostate event. I think they're going to try and get Blackbird back out there this year. I would be surprised if they didn't talk to Black Label or somebody. But they've got a few new people they're interested in too. Have you guys tried El Mago cigars? Have you had those?
I haven't heard of it.
No, that's a new one.
It's they're really good. I'm gonna get some out to you. You guys might want to smoke those and try them on the show.
Oh, right on.
But it's a newer company. I think he actually launched the same year we did. He's very popular on the East Coast. He's based out of Miami. His stuff is all in tubos, really nice, brightly colored, grab your attention, Cuban color tubos. For being in a tubo and being good quality tobacco, the price point is ridiculous. I mean, you're talking $9 for phenomenal cigars. So
makes it 13
I would
here.
be surprised if they didn't. I mean, California.
It's taxes. What can we do?
Hey, Nevada is only an hour
what are you
and
gonna
30
do,
minutes
man?
away. Less than
So
that.
it would be cool to see them do something this year. I don't know, man. Beehive always has cool events, so it'll be once their calendar starts filling, I'll let you know.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Hickory Bronze October road trip.
There you go.
Perhaps.
Or we can road trip in your new vehicle.
Yeah, you just can't smoke in it.
That'd be the problem when you're talking 14 hours and not being able to smoke. No.
You'll be fine.
No.
So
I couldn't do it.
Brandon Scott joined the dark side.
Join the
For
dark
fuck's
side.
sake.
Oh, Jesus. Go ahead.
He got himself a
Which dark
Tesla
side?
Model 3.
I ain't get a 3. Are you
were gonna
high?
say.
Isn't that what that is?
It's a Y.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Y. Okay.
Oh, you got the Y with the doors that go up.
No, that's the X with the gold wing doors.
That's the X. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I actually bought a car around Christmas time. Because when I was growing up and you see those commercials at the end of the year, these folks buying fucking cars on Christmas and shit. And I'm sitting here like, what's wrong with my life that I can't do that? Oh, yeah, I don't have any money.
Did it come with a bow? A big bow?
No, I wasn't about to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to buy the Mercedes one, but at $90,000, there was no way in hell.
Right.
I got to
Well, I
admit.
mean, the Tesla couldn't have been much cheaper than that.
actually was pretty good. I got the credit, and they were they were selling like hotcakes, man, because the prices were reduced. My neighbor had one, so I got $1,000 off on top of it. So it worked out pretty good. And what's cool is you can name your Tesla.
Oh fuck!
What do you mean? Oh fuck! Oh
No,
come now.
No. Naming the car thing isn't a problem. My truck is Toby. My buddy Ethan names every goddamn vehicle he wrecks around a tree. So I have no problem with the name. I'm just curious.
Okay, I gotta ask.
What
Wait,
did you name the Tesla?
Wait, you named it Toby?
Toby the Toyota.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna let this slide.
It's Toby with a Y. It's not gay.
I didn't say that. Okay. See.
I drive a black 4Runner. I named it Morpheus.
See, I can't name mine because it would have to be something inappropriate like Himmler or something like that. So can't name mine.
Well, see, I was trying to come to a name. I was gonna call it the Tesla Industry 2000Y.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys think about that for about 10 seconds.
No.
Sue and I got a great laugh out of it.
Good for you.
2000. Yeah.
I still don't think you guys get it.
No, we don't. Actually, let me channel Larry for a minute.
No, I
Don't
got,
care
I got
either.
It. I got it. I'm still not impressed, but I got it.
Nah, but I settled on Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato.
Mr. Roboto.
I love it.
It's fucking great. I mean, I got it on my watch and shit. I could start it from here.
Drive it through the front of the building.
Yeah, put it in summon mode.
Wait,
Let's see if it comes through the wall.
That's whose fucking headlights keep shining in the window. Scott's just like,
Actually, not because it's on the other
Kendrick,
end, so you couldn't see him.
I do got to say.
Kendrick drives a Model 3.
Who does?
Kendrick.
Ah.
See?
See, that's what's wrong
Scott,
with
what color did you get it in?
I got it in red, baby.
Fuck yeah.
And the
baby.
interior is?
White.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not smoking in there.
Oh,
No.
hell no. Oh, no. I just got it out of the shop. I had like a 10-year ceramic coating on it and paint protection film on the front. That thing just glistens like a candy apple in the sunlight.
it. Was there an option for a stainless steel Barrett style top
You know,
and a Continental kit for the back?
I bet you I could probably find one somewhere.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
There's 5 brothers in Detroit that have made a Continental kit for that. I guarantee you.
So I got a Tesla question for you.
Tesla question away, sir.
Security wise,
Uh-huh.
how does it do? What is it? Does it kill people for you if they get too close to it? Like, no, I'm serious because
It's not Rick and
for
Morty,
some
man.
reason, but here, no, the reason I protect summer. Yeah, I know. No, the reason I ask is, look, we've had the electric car conversation on here enough times, but I will never understand people's disdain for electric vehicles so much that they will purposely go key someone else's vehicle. That is some white trash,
Yeah, man,
degraded
that's
human
weird.
being shit.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
But that's why I asked, like,
That's-
will it like non-lethally take out anyone? near the
I
vehicle?
flash back to the early 80s and Eddie Murphy. I bought my car in my neighborhood. Yeah. Step away from the vehicle, goddammit. Somebody stole your battery.
Because like I've pulled up next to a couple Cybertrucks in the area, and even as dumb as I think those vehicles are, nothing in me goes, you know what I should do? Ruin someone else's shit.
Right.
Right.
Right. Well, it's already ruined.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
they
I
bought a
mean, I can't
Cybertruck,
make it look
so there's
worse.
Yeah, you're driving a doorstop,
You
for
can't make
Christ's
it
sake.
worse.
But like, there's so many videos of like angry white ladies in grocery store parking lots, like, oh, that person has a nice Tesla. Key. And then they get caught and they're like, oh, well, I would.
stupid.
Like, yeah, explain yourself, you dumb bitch. I'm sorry. I hate people doing shit like that just because they can. It pisses me off.
I can't wait till he gets in it, goes to start it, and goes, I'm sorry, Scott. I can't do that.
I can't do that. Come on, Kit.
That's what you should have
Holy crap, it's a Knight Rider reference.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, I've got the black leather jacket.
Cybertruck- I saw a Cybertruck today, and I see them around. There's a few here. The Cybertruck is the only vehicle that makes me want to flip it off just for being what it is. Like I just want to, and I don't know why. I don't know why that's my like gut reaction when I see a Cybertruck is to be like, dude, but it is.
Do those guys have like the
can't
cool
help it.
wave like the Jeep guys?
I was about to say, the Tesla community, we got to come up with a wave.
No, you
Remember the Suzuki Samurai where you honk the horn and go beep, beep, hi?
Beep
Don't-
beep. I'm
Don't make
gay.
it worse. Yeah, don't make it worse.
Now I look at the Cybertruck and all I can think of is like fucking Logan's Run. It's like, you know, when the
Yeah,
apocalypse
man.
comes, I mean, those are going to be rolling down the road. You're going to be wishing you had a Cybertruck.
No, I
No,
won't.
Nope.
it looks like the Jeeps out of Terminator 2 when they're doing the flash
Yes.
forward to the actual battle with the robots, dude. They're so ugly.
iRobot all over again.
We laugh, but you know what? When that happens and those Cybertrucks come to save your ass, laugh now, motherfucker.
I'd rather be dead.
How are you charging your Cybertruck in the
Cybertruck's
apocalypse,
not saving
sir?
anybody. Yeah, how you charge it?
There you go.
Yeah, nobody. Cybertruck's not saving anybody.
I'm gonna siphon the electricity out of this other vehicle. No.
Or create a Baghdad battery.
Yeah.
If you're in trouble, would you rather see Scott rolling up in a Cybertruck or me in a 4Runner?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining a Cybertruck. The entire bed of the truck is full of terracotta pots. And I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
You've never seen a Baghdad battery?
We don't have
You
time.
need to Google that
We
shit.
don't have time for the Baghdad.
Yeah, we don't
battery.
have time to explain that.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of vehicles, man, are you still rolling around the Apostate Mobile Ghetto?
Yo.
You know I am. Absolutely.
There you
I'm
go.
never gonna stop.
If we're gonna
Never gonna
wrap,
stop, dude.
if we're gonna wrap another vehicle, that's got to be the one.
That's
I'm
got to be the
telling
one.
you, man.
Hell yeah.
Make that
Hell
thing
yeah.
look like a big apostate ashtray.
Dude, that's definitely on the list of things we want to do is wrap it eventually.
We know a
man,
guy.
I love that thing. Yeah, right. It's anytime I'm like west of Colorado, I'm probably in the van. Unless I'm going to Vegas, and then I just take the 4Runner. But I love cruising in that thing, man. We when we were in California in September, I flew my wife out to Sacramento after I was done doing events, and I picked her up in the van, and we went up to Lake Tahoe and just pulled up to a camping spot for our anniversary and just chilled in the van for 3
yeah.
days. It was awesome. I love that thing, dude.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
See, now we have to include a third party. I mean, he's got a hell of a drive, but we got to include a fourth man in our camping group.
There we go.
Hell yeah. It's only a 9-hour commute. I got it.
Yeah, you can come into mine, enjoy the fireplace.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's,
Well,
that's just a 3-cigar trip, dog.
I mean, yeah, last time, let's see, what did I do? When I drove out there, before I flew my wife and we drove back, I think I smoked 5 cigars on my way from Salt Lake to Reno.
There you go.
It was great. Yeah, and I made it from Salt Lake to Reno on 1 tank of gas. I filled up in Reno.
Shit.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Not
it
bad.
is.
I think I've got 12 fuel stops between Reno and Salt Lake.
Love that thing, man. Love that van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to go long distances in mine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're doing San Francisco next week.
Or
Or this week.
I'm actually not.
But no, it's I gotta say, it's a nice looking car, but I like burning dinosaurs.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
man.
wrong with that. I'm okay with burning dinosaurs. I'm not one of these people who's like fucking Captain Planets and they're saying I'm going to save the fucking environment. I know better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't saving shit.
Yeah, we got bigger fish to fry than which car we're driving.
Exactly.
Well,
Before we wrap up, the gorilla has a question in order to help him plan his future travels, and I figured, Brandon, you would be the appropriate person to ask. So
Fire away.
I am 6 months away from my big road trip out to my buddy Ethan in Kansas via
Right.
the 80 corridor. So I'll be stopping in beautiful Deseret.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Point of clarification, because I'm starting to look for I know where I'm staying overnight, but now I'm looking for like the little pull off and check stuff out things along the way. Someone recommended to me something while I'm in Utah, and I need to get your opinion on this. So, being former Mormon, what's the whole hot drinks caffeine thing? Can you help? No. This is going somewhere. I promise.
Okay.
What's the letter of the law on that? Is it? I've heard it isn't caffeine. It's just tea and coffee, and then other people say no soda. What's the?
That's the problem, right? What the confusion stems from the ambiguity of the thing in the first place, right? So, all right, how much of a deep dive do you want this to be?
Give me the Cliff Notes, the Cliff Note version.
All right, Cliff Notes is before Joseph Smith got a revelation from God about what they now call the word of wisdom, is what it's referred to in the Mormon faith. The word of wisdom is a revelation given to Joseph Smith, basically dictating what's good for you and what the Lord thinks you should be imbibing, right? So that's no alcohol, no tobacco, all things in moderation. And when it comes to the whole caffeine thing, they didn't have soda when this revelation occurred. So you can't really throw soda under an umbrella of somebody who didn't know what the fuck that was, right, when he talked to God about it. So the way it's written down, it's referred to as hot drinks. And what they were referring to is coffee and tea. Now, it's gone generation after generation of revamping and justification and ambiguity so that they can ultimately do what they want to do anyway. But if you're obeying the letter of the law, they're saying it refers to caffeine.
Okay.
But every Mormon I know drinks Diet Coke or Mountain Dew.
I was going to say, did it get a little ambiguous when they bought Coca-Cola?
Right?
I mean, that kind of changed the fucking program a little bit. I'm thinking.
I was about to say
man.
we had Mormon scout troops come to camp, and once you had the Mormon scouts who had pocket money and a trading post that didn't give a shit what their religion said.
Right.
The amount of soda these fucking kids bought, dude.
Yeah, they were
It's
drinking
so
Mountain Dew too. They were going full throttle. Right?
My parents aren't fucking here. Like, okay, damn.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Damn, Josiah, calm the fuck down. So the reason I ask is because a buddy of mine I worked at camp with, who is Mormon, says I need to stop by a swig soda shop. You heard of these? Are you shaking? Are you judging me silently now?
No, I'm not judging you. I'm judging your buddy.
Okay. Okay.
What swig is basically
Mormon Starbucks.
a way. A swig is it's a way for a Mormon to enjoy the drive-through coffee experience without getting coffee, right? So it's a soda bar where you go and you're not just getting a Diet Coke. You're getting a Diet Coke with a shot of vanilla and chocolate sprinkles and foam on top. You know,
Fuck?
Okay, I was about to say these guys don't know what the fuck we're talking. So I was told by my buddy in Utah, instead of Starbucks in every quarter, they have Swigs soda shops, and they make what are called.
Don't worry, we have Starbucks too.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But the whole concept is a dirty soda. You'll get a Dr. Pepper, but it'll have a shot of raspberry puree, a shot of vanilla, and a shot of coconut cream in it, and they give it some froofy name.
No.
You would, look.
You know he's getting one when he gets there.
I'm
The
getting one.
gorilla drinks 4
honestly-
cases of Dr. Pepper a week. I guarantee you he's getting one of those.
I'm getting one on the way
have
through
never-
and on the way back.
I have never been to one. I've never gone. I've never tried it. It is too. It's too Utah culture for me. It's
Okay.
too on the nose of Mormons doing the thing because they want to feel included without doing the actual thing. You know, so it's,
Come on, hey, tell us the truth, man. They profiled you at the drive-thru window like, hey, fuck you, we're not selling a
they
Coke
would
to
love-
this guy.
Yeah, they would close up shop if they saw me pull it because I usually have a cigar in my mouth when I hit a drive-through. So, but no, man, Swig is nothing but it's basically a Mormon
Okay.
coffee drive-through.
Okay.
They want that Starbucks experience without having to tell their bishop that they drank coffee.
Well,
Okay.
if I come out and visit, we are going somewhere, not that particular place because you won't go there, but we need to go to that general area, man.
I mean, I didn't say I won't.
I wish to go to Vernal,
just haven't.
Utah, and look around.
Dude, I lived in Vernal when I worked for the natural gas fields. There's nothing to see in Vernal. In the surrounding areas, there's a couple of things. I mean, we could go. Yeah, I can show you some shit up there.
Yeah, I'm looking for interesting things in the sky. Just saying.
So there's that, but it's also dinosaur country. You know what I mean? So that's where a lot of the fossils are dug up. There's plenty of shit to see out there. But yeah, in that area is also a place you may have heard of called Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
That's nearby. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we can't get on there. Not unless you know that Brandon. Not unless you know that Brandon personally.
No, I don't. But there are plenty of places to camp nearby that'll give you the heebie-jeebies.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I've had a couple of camping trips in the Uintas in that area of the state where I'm pretty sure I saw a UFO a couple of times.
Yeah, just drop me off at the local bar. You guys have at it.
That's
fun.
That's the area of the state. My buddy Ethan was driving back from Kansas for something. He came up over a hill at like 10 p.m. at night, and he came upon a wind farm, and all the aviational identifier lights turned on all 300 of the towers and turned off. And he's like, "What the fuck was that?" It took him a minute to realize what the fuck he was looking at.
It's always fun until the anal probe.
He had to pull
That's
over.
The best part. What are you
he had to
talking about?
pull over and like watch it for a minute and go, "Oh fuck, it's a wind farm." Okay, Jesus
it's a wind
Christ.
farm. I know exactly what he's talking about.
He just saw 1,000 blinking red lights blink on, hovering 100 feet over the prairie. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" Oh shit,
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
dude! The best part, we were on a video call with him, and he just went dead. I'm like, "Oh, Ethan's dead. He's gone."
The
It's nice
farm
knowing him.
he's talking about is just over the Utah border in Wyoming.
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty close.
Yep.
No, when
Just
I
outside of Evanston. Yeah.
yeah, that's about where he was. Yeah, when I go out, I'm stopping in Salt Lake on the way out and on the way back. I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. I'm gonna check out the state capitol because I've heard that.
Yeah.
I figure I'm gonna be there. Might as well check out the different capitol buildings on my way through. I'm gonna drive through the Wasatch Mountains. That's the thing I'm most excited for is just to see shit that's not California. So.
Yeah, the mountains are beautiful. There's plenty of lakes and reservoirs. When you're in Salt Lake City, there's a couple of definitely see the Capitol. But what I might do? How much time are you going to spend in the city?
On the way out, not very long. On the way back, I can probably spend a little more time.
Okay, so I'm going to book us a tour. I've got a buddy who runs a company called the Wine Academy of Utah.
Oh, shit.
He and I do private events where we're pairing cigars and spirits or cigars and wine. And he does private tours of certain districts of Salt Lake City. One of it's called the Whiskey and History Tour. And so we go to different bars in the old whiskey district and learn about the history of that district and get a drink at like 4 or 5 different bars. See the old buildings. I'll take you on one of those. It's way more interesting than the Capitol.
Way more interesting than the Capitol.
Yeah.
You had me
Hey,
a
man.
whiskey.
Take it easy on the gorilla.
Right.
He don't drink like the rest of us.
No, it's nothing like it's not crazy. It's so if my wife can handle it, Gorilla can handle it.
All right. Fair
All
enough.
right, I will add that to the list of shit. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
He's
man,
gonna
just let me
come
know
back.
the dates and I'll book it.
He's going to come back with a gravelly voice. I need
Beard like mine.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, we need to drink some whiskey. Get your ass in here.
It's funny, man. In Utah, you're either Mormon or not Mormon, and that pendulum goes all the way to the other side. So it's
So I would be right at home.
Yes, you would.
you're gonna be fine.
You'd probably
Yeah,
be the
you'd
tallest
love
fucking black man in Utah too.
Karl Malone's still around from time to time.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
the
Somebody
tall-
run up to you. Hey, Dad, is that Carl Malone?
Or no, I still go back to our first freaking voyage to PCA in Hollywood. You may or may not have heard this story. These two went across to Treasure Island.
Hollywood? What the fuck are you talking?
No, Vegas. You two went across the street to Treasure Island. On the back, some drunk ass chick goes, "Holy shit, it's Suge Knight."
Suge Knight, oh my God. Oh, wow.
Hey, that was my nickname in Jamaica.
Oh my God. Yeah, all right.
Well, gents, mine's dead. so,
Mine's it's Nub City.
so Gorilla and Scott, thoughts on the endowment?
Can't say enough about it, man. I mean, it's fantastic.
It is really, really good.
Yeah.
Tell me what profile you get out of it. Describe it to me.
See, that's a hard one for me. I mean, it's full of flavor. I'm trying to think of a profile for it. I just enjoyed smoking it. The flavors were just on. I mean, as you said, it melded well.
Yeah.
It just
Balanced, right?
Yeah, balanced, and it just melts well. But I couldn't tell you it was hints of cedar and gorilla
I'm not
trimmings
looking for that.
and banana skin. No.
Yeah, when I smoke it, I know it's going to be smooth. It's going to be a little bit on, like the smoke texture is kind of creamy, and it's balanced. It's a little more on the sweet side than the earthy side, but it is hard to pin down.
Yeah,
I didn't
get
profile,
sweet.
right?
I got the creamy, but I didn't get the sweet. It was a smooth smoke.
Smooth, yeah, man.
It's also a very consistent note from front to back.
Yep.
There's some people like a complex flavor change, and there are times when I don't. And I think the endowment does that so well that it has that perfect flavor and texture the whole time.
Yeah, and it stays with.
Yeah, out of all 8 blends, I would say that is the one with the least amount of transition from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
I'll
like
agree
that.
with that.
I like that.
And Scott, are we at the mayor's house?
Oh, that motherfucker's running for Congress at this point.
At Flavor?
Oh, he left Flavor Town. He's running for Congress.
Okay.
I mean, goddamn. I mean, he packed his bags out of Flavor Town, and he's representing in Congress right now. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, that's
A little
beyond
too tatted
Flavor
up for
Town.
Congress.
That's beyond Flavor Town, baby.
Love it.
And when you go into the Maroni's Trumpet, for me, it's an earthy, floral, very espresso forward sort of note. The smoke, the biggest thing for me, and you and I know the first one, but we're not going to go into that. But the subsequent ones, the smoke volume is just wonderful for the cigar. And I don't retrohale, so I miss the things that you talk about on that, but mostly because I can't for some reason. But it just has such a great flavor profile of sweet, of earthy and floral and coffee, and it's just a great Maduro, but not a Maduro.
Yeah.
It's a solid medium. It's not heavy. You can put any cigar smoker into it. They'll be fine smoking it, even if they're a newbie. It's just a great way to introduce somebody to a top quality cigar.
Yeah, and I kind of, for me, it's nice because I hate the misconception that a Maduro is a strong cigar. For some reason, that's just what people think now.
Well, but
and
you
there are
got-
a lot of
you-
blenders who hold to that.
You have to admit,
But-
though, Brandon, that for quite a few years, that seemed to be the target was we're going to blend a Maduro or a double Maduro that's just going to stomp the shit out of you.
It's just going to kick you in the teeth.
yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that because I want Maduro flavor. I don't want my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I want to
No,
smoke
100%.
again. I want another
100%.
cigar later. Yeah. So I think for us the goal is always how can we give you a flavorful, rich, complex Maduro experience without putting your dick in the dirt. And I think both the Deseret and the Trumpet do that.
I think the Trumpet does a very good job. of being that consistent flavor profile front to back too.
I think you're right.
You're not getting a lot of change out of that. It's
You get a little,
more
but not
more
much.
than
the endowment, but yeah, not much.
super.
And to Greg's point, the retro hail on the trumpet is where most of those floral notes come through for me. I think you really taste the binder on the retro hail, and those floral notes are very strong. You get a little bit of pepper, a little bit of espresso, that earthiness, but the floral note is so prevalent on that retro hail.
Yep. No, the blend on that is just really phenomenal, man. It gives you such a consistent earthy flavor all the way through. It doesn't get all burned and harsh towards the end of the cigar,
Right.
which I really appreciate because
Right.
I've experienced that, I think, more often than not on other Maduros that I've started out, the beginning of the cigar, hey, this is pretty good. And then you get to the last third and you're like, holy shit, I got to put this down.
It's bitter and just too much.
Yeah,
It's
it gets chalky
Yeah,
or every once in a while I'll have pulled something out going, did I get some ash in my mouth? How'd I do that?
Right.
But
that mineral taste.
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, just a solid blend on that, man. It's
No
so
doubt.
smooth.
Thank you.
And like Greg's, I'm a smoke volume guy. I want, which is why I gravitate a lot towards the larger ring gauge cigars too.
Sure.
But that's having that much smoke volume out of that stick was really impressive, man.
Yeah. And I think, the 56 ring gauge doesn't feel like a 56 because it's a torpedo, right? So you're still getting the benefits of the smoke volume from a big ring gauge, but it's not uncomfortable to puff on.
No, definitely not.
And I think, Brandon, when we talk about, like, if I want a heavier cigar and I'm going into your line, I'm going to the Initiatory because I think that's the strongest one out of your line.
For sure. Hands down. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I smoked on the drive up here before the show was the Initiatory. And when I want that, not so much power, but when I want that more meaty, more robust flavor profile, I'm going to the Initiatory every time.
And it puts out plenty of smoke.
Always.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yes.
And the Initiatory is the only blend of ours that has ever really made my head spin a little bit. It's stronger than it looks.
Yeah, that's not an empty stomach cigar for sure.
Nah.
No. Yeah, I don't smoke that one in the morning. That's not it.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I usually eat something.
Well, I'm a bit of a bitch. So.
We can tell by the haircut.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to go to the beer choice, but that's just me.
Damn.
What? You don't like Stella? Come on.
I don't like beer, period, just so you know.
Oh, now who's the bitch?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey, someone had to say it.
But you want to drink single malt or bourbon, let's go.
Wait, maybe not.
Shut up. No. What, you got an eyedropper in your pocket?
I do.
This fucking guy, he tries to pour me a taste. Yeah, shit.
It's called a splash.
No, it's called a drop.
Splash.
Yeah.
Bottom
Give
of
me
the
a wee
glass
dram.
is barely wet.
Yep.
It's like you're putting it on a washcloth and getting his gums wet. Here, stop teething, Gregory.
Just smell it. Just smell the bottle.
Yeah. Rub the cork under his nose.
Too true.
Oh, God.
Well, hey, man, as always, it's a pleasure hanging out and talking to you. It's a pleasure
Oh, yeah.
smoking
Yes.
your product.
Thank you for being here, brother. We always enjoy you.
Absolutely. No, I always like hanging out with you guys. So when I'm in California, NorCal next, I'll let you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
most
for sure.
definitely.
Definitely.
Most
And I will,
definitely.
I'm hoping I'll be there before PCA. So I'll keep
Ah,
you posted.
sweet.
Good. We'll have a new spot by then.
Perfect, and I'll have some Coronas in my pocket.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, Greg, do we have anything else?
I think we can wait on the fan mail and that till the next show. So,
If you'd like.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Again, thank you for being aboard, man. Always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going out. Now, the question is, should I take my time and get to the funky keyboard or just... Okay, he's rolling his eyes.
For the love of God.
All right, so the scotch is empty. Cigars to the nub. Fantastic cigar by Apostate.
Yes.
The endowment. Thank you so much. Thank you for being aboard, Brandon. On behalf of myself, Gregory, Lawrence, and the gorilla over there in the gorilla enclosure, hey, thank you for listening. Check us out at LumCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. Drop us a line. Let us know you're out there. I'm Scott Robinson on behalf of all of us here. We look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, stay healthy and safe. Have a happy and prosperous new year, and good smoke, good drink, and good life.